Great question. I mean,
That's a
my
good question.
my 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 personal belief. So the question is, how would we, if elected, treat the non-Republicans in the town, and how would we look at that? And my opinion is that at a township committee level, partisan politics just don't make sense. I mean, the reality is, what's important is what your schools are like, what your roads are like, what is your safety and security in terms of police, fire, and EMS. Those are not partisan issues. That's just basic life. And so we want to represent the town, and that's all of the citizens, Republican, Democrat, Independent. We're here for everybody.
And I concur, of course. And I think that I've done that. When I sat there for 3 years, if somebody asked me a question about an ordinance, I didn't ask the person their party before I answered. You have the respect for people. It should transcend party lines. I think it's absurd, that you're looking at a resident, a neighbor who comes to the township committee meeting to ask a question, and you're second guessing why they're there and why they're asking a question. It's absurd. It's insane. Not any way that I would ever behave. It's not any way I've ever behaved. And if I did, I apologize for it, because that is unacceptable. Once you're elected, you are the elected person for the entire township. And as I mentioned before, the first and most important job of an elected official on the local level is the budget. Number one, it's money. It's money. And money's green. It's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's not unaffiliated, and wasting money, that should not happen. And look, I've represented local government throughout the state, and I've been in Republican towns, Democrat towns, unaffiliated towns. I've been even one, yes, it was unaffiliated. All of their representatives ran nonpartisan elections in one town. It was a very small town. That's why, because it would have been insane to have these factions warring in a town with so few people. It just would have been, mutiny. So they all decided, it was a collective decision, that they're all going to run nonpartisan elections. And because I knew these people, I knew what their leanings were. And I knew who they supported on a county level. So I knew, who the Democrats were, who the Republicans were, but you would never know. You would never know sitting there, because all they did was care about their town. They were just good people caring about their town. And I wouldn't say that decisions that were made in the past were necessarily made for the party. Maybe a group, but I don't know about the party. I, I don't think it is. I don't think it's reputation. I think it's, when you don't reach out, when you act like you know everything, like you're some kind of a fiefdom and you've got nothing to learn from anybody, that's what happens. You should be. I mean, if once you elect people, and I think we're the same in this regard, because we've been, volunteers in so many different areas. I don't know.
You collaborate.
You know,
If you don't have the answer, then you collaborate with colleagues. We know how to find information. We have contacts.
Yeah, you have to go beyond your borders and look at what other people are doing, and see if that's something that might work for your town. It might not work, but it might work. But you're never going to know.